but there was nothing. I was like jelly, just cut, like, you hold it together as best you can as a human, but no, I wasn't going to fall on my teeth on the finish line of that race. And that's pretty much all I had left in me, was to just get over there and stand up. There was no more energy.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's up, everybody, and Happy New Year. Welcome to episode 87 of the On the Runs podcast. We are back. I am feeling better. My voice is making it, and Erica is here. What's up, girl?
I don't think I'm quite that peppy, but yes, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all the listeners. Very, very happy to be in year 3 of the podcast now. Can you believe it? 3 years?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's our third season, if we have seasons. We don't have seasons, but it is our third year. Year one was learning, and then we just finished year 2, and we are rolling into year 3, episode 87. Like we said, we got a good one for you guys today.
Strong.
But yeah,
so good.
I am a little peppy. I should be. I've slept for half of the last 2 weeks. I'm losing my voice again as I'm talking again, excited, but I'm feeling better. I'm no longer sick. I feel good. I just went for a run, my first run in nearly 2 weeks. I'm on a runner's high. I'm on a runner's high right now.
That is real. Runner's high is real. So I'm glad you're feeling better. You're on the up and up. Rest is excellent, so keep up the good work.
Well, I've been sleeping a lot. Like, the one thing I've done this whole time I've been sick is just sleep. Like, the first 3 days, I laid in bed the whole time and slept. Last night, New Year's Eve, I was in bed. Actually, I never made it to bed last night. I slept on the floor with Tommy and Tyler. Again, that has been happening a lot. But we fell asleep in their room at 9:30, and I didn't get up till 8:30 this morning.
Well, that's a good stretch. I'll give you that. But the floor, maybe not the best for your back.
It's one of the most comfortable carpets you'll ever lay
there
on.
we go.
It's one of those kind of carpets,
Good.
right? And I had a big pillow, and it's nice. Like, I have a setup to help get the boys to fall asleep because we're doing no binkies right now.
Transition.
It's a struggle. So we're trying to like get a stuffy or something, and it used to be give them a binky, they go right down. But we're trying no binkies. They're almost 3.
Yeah.
In 1 month they'll be 3. So got to go no binkies, and we're sticking to it. It's been a struggle, and I've been sleeping on the floor. But yeah, I slept good because I needed some sleep. So yeah, I didn't watch. I was going to ask you, did you do any New Year's Eve celebrations or parties? You're basically, you live the no kids life, so you can go out and have a good time and have a party. Do you watch the ball drop or anything?
That's about all I do. We are boring, I guess, and we just stayed home. Like, I didn't want to put real pants on. So we stayed home and just relaxed. What did we do? I think we were just watching a bunch of TV shows, and then I was like, "Oh, it's 11:55. Let's watch the ball drop." And that was it. So
that's happened to me the past couple of years. I just turned the TV on with 5 minutes to go, and I'm like, "Let's see it drop." And it's like Dick Clark's New Year's Eve party, and I'm like, "Why do I turn the TV on to watch this every year?"
It's a tradition, I guess.
I
keep doing it too, even though it's really anticlimactic. So
do you see the people who go to that thing? Over 1 million people go to Times Square. We'll be there in a couple weeks, but they go to Times Square. They get there at like 10 in the morning.
That sounds like misery to me.
You go and you stand in a spot the entire time. Like, a big question that comes up is, where do you go when you got to go?
You
don't want to lose your spot.
Like, you just don't eat forever? Like, that just sounds
miserable.
Do
you hook up a tube to go to the bathroom in it? Like, what do? You don't want to lose your spot.
No, that does not appeal to me. Especially cold weather, big crowds. I mean, in the time post-COVID, it just doesn't appeal to me.
It's probably the big crowds for me. Just the big crowds for 14 hours and then trying to get out of it after midnight. That's impossible. I couldn't do it. I bet you my sister, who lives in New York City, doesn't even go near Times Square on New Year's Eve. She probably She avoids it like the plague. Yeah. But yeah, so we had a strong start to New Year's today. We went and saw Recycled Percussion.
I saw that. Wait, they gave you free donuts? Explain.
Okay, so It was the 11 a.m. show, and Justin loves to talk to the crowd. Justin, our guest from
Yeah,
last
he's
week.
the man.
After about 20 minutes of breaking in and doing everything and like getting the crowd going, he likes to talk to the crowd. And the first thing he goes is, who the hell thought 11 a.m. was a good time to have a show on New
Whose
Year's
big
Day?
idea was this?
Right. He's like, everyone's still sleeping. No one's getting up early. And there's probably like 200 to 300 people there. So at a venue that holds probably 800 to 1,000, it was very, very low. He must have looked at like ticket sales for that show and said, okay, we only have like 200 to 400 people, whatever it is. So he's like, I'm going to buy donuts for everybody. And it's real funny because he's like, nobody get this out on the floor. There's no food allowed. I'm going to get in trouble. I don't want to get fined $500 for getting food all over the Palisade.
Right.
But yeah, they came in, they brought donuts and they like walked them and handed them to everybody. They gave like every row a box of like a dozen donuts.
That's
It was
awesome.
great. It was a good show to go to with 2-year-olds. I'll tell you, there were only 200 to 400 people and I could kind of walk the top row at the back. We bought seats in the balcony just in case the boys got a little bored, which they didn't. But there was a point where they're like got ants in their pants and we got to move around and do something. And yeah, it was a good show.
Fun.
So at the end of Recycle Percussion, we got in line, right? And we got in line to meet them. And it was all about the kids. Tommy and Tyler got these drumsticks. They all signed them and we got to meet everybody. Adeline walks up to Justin and she goes, you were on my dad's podcast. And he looks up and he recognizes, he goes, oh yeah, you were on stage with me last year, weren't you? And she's like, yeah.
Oh,
and that was awesome because that just like, that made it for her. That made it, right? Like you remember me. I remember you. You remember me. It was so cool. At the end, as after we take pictures and everything, which we got a picture with them and Adeline, he looks at my hoodie. I'm wearing the hoodie that says Dirty Mo Media. I wear this hoodie all the time. And nobody knows what it is. I wear it just because they're inspiration, or it's kind of like my inspiration to our podcast and to what we're doing. And he says, what's that say? Because I got Tommy or Tyler on one arm and I kind of moved him and he goes, Dirty Mo, Dale Jr.'s company. And I'm like, yeah.
That's awesome.
He goes, I love NASCAR. I watch it all the time. He goes, we go every year. I'm like, no way. And I'm more amazed, like, you know what Dirty Mo is. That's so cool. Nobody ever knows. I wear the shirt all the time or the hoodie. I was so pumped up that he knew what Dirty Mo was. That was cool. And he goes, one of my best friends is Mark Martin. And I saw last night he posted all these people that he was thankful for. And one was Mark Martin. And I'm like, Mark Martin, the NASCAR driver? That's got to be a typo.
Nope.
That's got to be a typo. He got to pick the wrong Mark Martin. It's like every time I type in ERI to get Erica or Eric when I tag us, it also pops up Erin Azar. And I know one day I'm going to accidentally post Erin Azar or tag her on something totally random. But like I figured he must have been typing Mark Martin like somebody else. And it turned out to be he selected the NASCAR driver. No, one of his best friends. He goes, yeah, he's one of my best friends.
That's
and I'm like, no way. Wow. Small world. That's so cool. But he recognized Dirty Mo. And I love Dirty Mo. They're a big inspiration behind what we're doing. And it was so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it was really cool. He told me not to give you details into his personal life, but we're going to go running soon. But he's going to New York City this week. And he goes, I'm going to run in Central Park this week. I'll be back next week and we'll go running.
Yeah, I'm game to go running.
Yeah,
Let me know.
Be cool. Yeah, well, we are going to New York soon. And I don't know if we'll get to run in Central Park, but we're going to the Peloton studios. And today we have a Peloton instructor on the pod.
Oh my gosh, you guys. I kind of lost my shit when this happened. I was so excited. You guys must know by now who the white whale is, even though we're not supposed to call her that.
You said I can't call her the white whale, which is a huge compliment.
Yeah, but it's my favorite Peloton instructor, and she was as incredible as I had imagined. She was just so generous with her time, and she was just so much fun, and I'm still freaking out over it, honestly. And we recorded back in November, I think. So,
yeah. This was This was a long time coming. I tried to get Becs a while ago for your birthday. There's a lot of steps you got to go through when you want to talk to a Peloton instructor.
Oh, it was worth it. Oh, so worth it.
Hopefully we pass a ton of those steps, so next time it doesn't take so long. But this one was well worth the wait. It
Definitely.
really was. And I think after we recorded, you were like, go meet your heroes because they're amazing.
Seriously. And if they're not, go get new heroes. But yes, Bex, you were amazing. I should probably save this for the end, but you guys are really going to enjoy this guest appearance with Becs Gentry. She's awesome. And my apologies for just being kind of nervous through the whole thing because she was that awesome. So
It was worth it.
so worth it.
Worth it. Yeah, this was great. So you guys are going to love this. We'll come back after and we'll talk. We'll catch up. But everyone, enjoy the amazing Becs Gentry on the On the Runs podcast. Erica, it's here. Who would have thought? Are you ready for this? Because our next guest on the pod is someone we've talked about for quite a while now. It's no secret that this is Erica's dream guest. She's an ultramarathoner. She's ran in the UK Olympic Marathon Trials. You've seen her on live TV and on your Peloton screens. She's the mother of Maurice, Dot, Coco, and beautiful Lady T. It is our pleasure to welcome the one and only Becs Gentry to the On the Runs podcast. What is up, Becs? How are you doing?
Hi, what an intro. That's probably my favorite one I've ever had.
Yes!
Thank you. I'm blushing.
You're as giggly as me right now. I'm so excited you're able to join us today. We've been looking forward to this for months now, and I just have to rein it in a little bit. What? You were talking to her around my birthday, so that was like June.
You're right. I've been trying. Yeah. You're right. But for years, I've been hearing about Becs Gentry. Yes. Even before we had a podcast, Guilty. It's like I'm a Matt Wilpers guy, and I always took his classes. And she's like, "You got to take a Becs class. You got to take a Becs class." And it took COVID for me to like venture out to other people. And I'm like, I like this Becs girl. She's pretty good. You know what you're talking about, Erica?
Duh. I wouldn't lie to you, man. I wouldn't lie to you.
Well, thank you both very much for Erica for staying with me and for venturing out. I've got to be honest.
I got to break the ice here a little bit. I'm big into motorsports. I used to work in NASCAR, and I was on pit road changing tires, and I saw that you were at the F1 race in Las Vegas recently. How was that?
It was unreal. Anyone who takes my classes ever, specifically if it happened to be recorded on a Sunday or a live class on a Sunday, knows I'm a huge Formula One fan and have been ever since I was a little girl. Like I used to stand in front of the Formula One when I was tiny in front of the TV and tell my parents what was happening. They're like, yeah, we can see. Can you just and then to start going to races as I got older was really awesome. And then, I was going to go to the Vegas Grand Prix this weekend. Anyway, I was on PTO, and then we had an incredible event opportunity that came up with Peloton and Chase Sapphire. And so they were like, well, this works really well, doesn't it? And off I went. Honestly, I was there. I went to qualifying evening by myself. I just went in, walked around, and I just love it. There's just something about, I have cheek from just smiling at the cars and the atmosphere. It was very showy for sure. Mm-hmm. The beauty of F1 is, I think, the perfect lap, finding that glorious smoothness as the drivers get through. I'm talking as though I drive. I wish. But it was that, but it was also, the world has changed. F1 has become incredibly popular, and it's become a bit of a celebrity attraction. And it was so cool.
I have to say, I do follow your stories, and you've been to one in Quebec as well, right? And yeah. I think you got to meet Daniel Ricciardo, and I was jealous of that. He's one of the hunkier ones, so I was a little jealous. I was like, okay, this is really cool.
You're a honey badger fan.
Pretty much, but yeah. As much as I used to watch it with my boyfriend. Well, we sadly don't have cable anymore, but he still follows along a little bit better than me. But we are Mercedes fans, and just Red Bull kind of took off with it though, and we were kind of sad about what happened with Mercedes. They just haven't been able to pick it back up again.
I know. It was such a shame. They came close. I mean, Lewis climbed high from P11 up, and George did really well. I thought he was going to be out at that one point when him and Max came really close together. I was like, oh no. Because obviously it's never Max who goes out. Sorry to anyone who's a Max fan. That's not me. It is.
He's
just
still
not.
awesome. He's amazing. That just the skills they have it blows my mind.
Oh, it is.
I'll tell you this. I tried to watch the race. It was at 1 a.m. here. I kept falling asleep, waking up, and I woke up when that pass was made on the last lap, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, we had a last lap pass for the win. That's amazing. I fall back asleep. I forget. I check the highlights later. I'm like, oh, that was for second place.
Oh,
Max still won by a lot.
Oh, a lot. Like, it's a lot of the races do get a little bit boring, to be honest. And this is coming from a super fan. When he gets seconds and seconds and seconds ahead, like P2 is so far behind that you're just like, what's the point? There's plenty of races that I've kind of gotten on with cleaning the house, or just if Tallulah's awake, playing with her, and just being like, oh, it's not really that exciting to watch it because he's so far ahead it doesn't matter anymore. So
that's true.
Well, I like that you're a motorsports fan because I've always been one, more on the NASCAR and the Dale Earnhardt side. And Danielle Ricciardo is a huge Earnhardt fan, so I think that's super cool. Yeah. I want to get to the show notes in the program, though. And one other thing about how we've connected before. You probably get hit up by a lot of people, Becs, and it's been a while since I've done this, but I love to embarrass Erica. And we'll be at a Halloween party, or we'll be at like Friendsgiving, or maybe we just went on a hot, sweaty run and we're like drenched in sweat and we don't look good at all. I'll take my phone and I'll record a video and I'll just be like, hey, Becs, what's up? And just surprise her out of nowhere and then send it your way. And she's like, oh my God, hi, Becs. I don't know if you recall any of that, but that's just like some of my favorite things to do. And you always respond, which is the coolest thing in the world.
Oh, well, I try to. I really do. There is the Instagram side of life is a lot, but I appreciate it when people go to the effort. Like, that's cute. And it's like, I think it's fun and you're out doing what I love to do. So it's familiarity of like, I do that as well. I send people messages when I'm running, especially like if I bump into somebody from, abroad or another city who I know. So no, I'm with you. I like it when it feels natural.
He does it all the time, though. I'm like, dude, stop. I get all blushy and like, stop it. But it is fun, and we appreciate it. We think it's really cool. So we get a little fangirly, fanboy a little bit, and it's nice.
Let's get to know you. Erica knows probably everything. I don't.
Well, I know what she likes to share in class, but I want to hear it from her. So let's let her talk.
So let's start. Let's get to know you. We know you're from the UK. You are our first international guest on the pod. Almost 100 episodes in, first international guest. Let's hear about what life was like for Becs growing up in the UK. What did you do? School, sports, extracurricular activities?
Yeah.
You'll learn I cannot pronounce anything correctly like that. But what was life growing up for you, Becs?
Well, I grew up in Worcestershire, England, which, yes, is where the source is from. It is said Worcestershire, not Worcester, and it was a sleepy little city. I still, like, as I was growing up, I was like, this isn't a city, this is a town, right? My mom was like, no, it's a city, it has a cathedral, and it was, so growing up in the US and the UK is very, very different. Like, you guys here are obsessed with sports. Like,
that is true. We can attest to that.
Unless my friends are book nerds or doctors, all I ever hear from people was like, I was a D1, I was track, I was basketball. I'm like, okay, cool, but what did you actually study? Like, what did you actually go to school for? And now I've said that, I actually don't think I know but what the vast majority of my friends actually studied for. I know what they all played, what sports they played, what they ran, which is crazy because everyone in the UK is the polar opposite. It's like, oh, I did a bachelor's in this, that, the other, And sports at university is wildly uncommon unless you go to a sport specific, like a Loughborough, or you go to an Oxford or Cambridge, which is very like the Ivy League in the UK. But they have like the rowing, and like they have more sports, but you focus on books or sports, essentially. That's me putting it in like very simple terms.
Yeah. That's really interesting though. It makes a lot of sense now that you say it though, because half of the friends that I have, I'm like, oh yeah, you were football. Like you just played football, and I couldn't even recall
what they did, what they actually got their degree in.
Yeah.
It was not football.
Yeah.
No. So that's kind of my first point of difference. But then having said that, so school for me is up until 18, and so high school, and I played all the sports, like all the sports. I was very much the all-rounder. I went to an all-girls school, which had an all-boys school next door. Take it as you will. It was naughty. There was a lot of jumping over the wall. But we didn't combine in anything other than like extracurricular activity. But it was very much a school where if you excelled in everything, you were rewarded. You became like we have houses in a lot of schools. So I was a house captain because I was like a linguistic person, and I did all the sports. I'm not going to say I was great at all the sports. Like I started as the goalkeeper in lacrosse.
Mm-hmm.
We play lacrosse without all of the padding that you guys wear.
Do you really?
English people are tougher.
You are tougher. Holy cow. The goalie in lacrosse is brutal.
We had the padding in the goalie, but the goalie's the only one who wears padding. The rest of us, we have a gum shield, and that's it.
I'm shocked. Yeah. That's just sounds super dangerous.
Yeah. So I played lacrosse, netball, tennis, rounders, which is our version of baseball, a little bit smaller, more condensed. I tried my hand at football, but I went to an all-girls school again. We didn't have that much like European football.
Yep.
Soccer, yeah. No, it's cool. I agree. It should be football.
Yeah, it should be football. And yeah, I was very much into all of it. Tennis was like my family thing. My mom and dad were really great racket sports players. They played squash, tennis, badminton, and all of that. So they kind of pushed me down that route. And running, shockingly, I was terrible at school. Like terrible. I was on the cross country team, and that was about it. I was fine with cross country because I just like we put in those teeny tiny little pair of pants and an Airtex shirt, and like you're just told to go get muddy, so I just run and run and run, and I was fine. When it came to anything fast, awful. Anything athletic, like hurdles, awful. I dropped the baton in relay. Yeah, not good. High jump I was good at because I was really tall for my age all the way through. But that was about it. Like gymnastics, awful. But I used to try so hard because I loved the leotards. I thought they looked really cute. So, yeah, I only ever got one. My mum refused to buy me anymore because I just was never picked for the team. She's like, "You don't need it. You're not good at it."
Did your school encourage you to do all the different sports, or were you just interested in them?
No, they encouraged us to do all of them, and then if you were good at certain ones, you were picked for the teams. They're very similar to like in the movies where you're like, "Where's my name?"
Yeah, A squad, B squad kind of thing.
Yes. So like netball, I was really good at, which is like your version of basketball, but we don't bounce it. Tennis, lacrosse, they were the main ones.
That's awesome.
I'm not hearing any ice hockey. Ice hockey's not big in the UK. It's not a thing. You got all your teeth, unlike me, so I think you're good.
No, definitely not. We had hockey, as we call normal hockey, field hockey, was played by a lot. It's a real like all-girls school sport. But again, we didn't wear much protection. Unfortunately, there was quite a few injuries around my age, and it was actually taken off our school curriculum because it was too dangerous for a while. And ice hockey, no, it's not a big thing in the UK. We're a wet country, not so much of a cold country. But my partner Austin was hockey. He was at Colorado and he played hockey. See, I don't think I even know what he.
No way! That's so cool. So he played college hockey. I referee college hockey on the side, so that's really cool.
Yeah, he loves it. He actually wants to become a coach to it because he just misses playing it so much.
My daughter just started playing a couple of weeks ago. We're just trying it. It's learn to play, and she's going to try. She dances. She's a skier. She's a
Wow.
cheerleader, and she's playing. She's trying it all, and I'm just happy that she's trying it all. Like, and just trying to have fun. And if she doesn't like it, we'll do something else. Cheerleading's the big thing, though. It is like
Yes.
number one in her life right now.
Aw,
For a little 7-year-old. So
yay! Well, tell her to look at Rebecca Kennedy. You'll see some cheerleading skills there.
no
Arcade's
way.
got
All right,
some.
cool.
She's got some awesome
yeah.
dance moves for sure.
He was a big cheerleader in Boston. Yeah.
Wait, wasn't she a Patriots cheerleader? I feel like she was.
Yeah.
Did you know that, Eric?
No, but I know 2 other Patriots cheerleaders. Now I'm wondering if they know her.
They
I
must.
wonder if they're friends with her.
Yeah.
So I work with a couple moms whose daughters are Patriots cheerleaders, or were, because you only can do it for 3 or 4 years. So
Yeah.
that would be funny. Small world,
So
small
funny.
world.
Very cool.
Hey, I remember watching, I like triathlons, and you're from the UK. A guy I really like is Tim Don. And he talked about, you mentioned how the UK is a very wet country. He mentioned the English clouds. And how, like, he goes, this day, it's in a video. He's like, this is what we call an English cloud day or something. Is that a thing? Do I have that right? Where it's always kind of overcast over there?
Always. Yeah. It's always gray. Always gray, always cloudy, always overcast, which is why you'll see when it's blue sky days, anyone in England will be on social media, and it makes it look like it's like that a lot. But I think they just bank all their content for those days.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, especially where I'm from, Worcestershire is in the middle of a bowl, essentially, of hills. So you've got the Malvern Hills on one side and the Cotswolds on the other side. So you kind of get trapped in grayness because stuck.
That's cool. I've never been. Erica's been. You've been a couple of times. So
I've only been once. I was there 2021. I went out for the marathon that they had in October of that year, since COVID had messed with things. So I was out there, spent a beautiful 10 days. I think 9 of them were overcast, but we did have some nice weather. I was pleased with it. It was so beautiful over there. Love to go back.
Didn't Brandon freak out a little bit when he ran into an F1 driver too?
Oh my God. We were just walking around one day, and what did we see? I think it was like the James Bond premiere that they were having. Like, we were at one of the museums, and he saw George Russell. He's like, oh my God. And I was like, where? Who? And I had no idea who he was at that time, but he was like, look, he's right there. And I was like, oh, that's wicked cool.
I remember that because I think Ben and Leanne went to that too. Maybe some of the other instructors, but I vividly remember Ben and Leanne going to that.
It was super cool. I wish I would have had a sighting on them, because I would have recognized them at the very least. But yeah, it was cool. We're like, what are all these fancy people? Him and I are in like rain gear with umbrellas and boots, and everybody's dressed in these like beautiful gowns and suits. And it was really fun to just stumble upon that.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I miss London.
Sorry to bring back some.
I'm going in 3 days. I'm literally there.
Gosh,
nice.
Excellent.
Nice. So you tried all the sports in school. You were not a good runner. You go to university. You didn't run or do sports in university. I think I read you just had a good time, just like Erica and I did. That's how we met. But then you found running again, and you found it really early at 4 a.m., I think.
I found running in a strange way. It was 4 a.m. on a run in Berlin. I ran a lot before that. I actually kind of rediscovered my passion for running. I was in a job and a relationship, both of which were incredibly toxic, when I lived in Brighton, England. And I ran just to kind of get out of my own head, like no watch. This was way before social, or at least before I was on social media. And I would just run along the seafront and escape the like of work and my boyfriend at the time. And I loved it because it was really genuinely freeing. Like, I'd pick the light posts, or I'd pick a bin, or I'd pick a beach and just be like, I'm going to run to there. I'm going to run to there. I had no idea. I'd have to get home, get on my computer and like go on Map My Run to see how far I'd run, and just like, oh, wow, I ran like 3K today. That's so cool. And like just built it up. And I signed up for like a 5K race down there, and then a half marathon, and just kind of I had no goals right then. I was just running, but I really enjoyed running, and that stays with me today. Whenever anyone tells me about like their races they're doing and this and that and the other, I mean, but are you enjoying it? because if you're not enjoying it, then you need to reset and just take a step back off the competing side of it. But then the 4 a.m. run was when I was a Nike Run Club coach, and the global team, we were in Berlin, and we got out for a run. And little did I know it back then, but Blue would become a very good friend and my coach. And I had no idea we were crushing some fast paces. And I knew they were really fast runners, like 2:26 marathoners.
Oh, wow. Yep.
And we were just running really fast. It was really, really cold and really early in the morning. And he said when we got back to the hotel, like, do you have any idea? Like, you were just conversing that whole time at these crazy paces. And he sat me down and we went through my marathon times. I'd run Rome and London at that point. And quite a lot of ultras at that point I'd done, but I took them steady.
Yeah.
And he was like, I think you can do more. I think you can do better if you want to. If you want to, let me help you. And so he did. And then that was it. Just the trajectory changed with some focused training. And I still love it, which is the best thing.
That is super important. That's how my training this year has gone. Like, I was training for some more ultra distances, and I kind of threw speed out the window, and I was just enjoying being out for runs. I actually got outside. I often had you in my ears doing the outdoor Peloton runs, and it was just nice to kind of be one with nature and just not have to stress out so much about how fast I'm going. It's just kind of like just being out there and doing it and having fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Congrats on your race, by the way.
Thank you. That was by far the hardest thing I've ever done, but it's like my crowning accomplishment at this point.
Yeah.
So
She got the buckle.
I got the buckle, barely, but I got it. So
it's very, very difficult what you did. So you should wear that pride every day.
I just need to get some more belts. Maybe I should actually wear it around. That would mean I have to wear actual pants more often instead of leggings.
Right.
So,
pants and tights don't have buckle loops.
No, they don't. So, Bex, what were you doing when you were out in London before you transferred into the running industry?
Right. So I was working in PR, public relations.
Okay.
Yeah, I started off in marketing at the Financial Times newspaper, and then I moved to Jo Malone fragrance company to do PR for them. And then when I left London and moved down to live in Hove, which is just outside of Brighton, England, I joined a small PR firm and worked my way up to become the manager of that firm. And we had some really great brands like OPI nail varnish. We had Lalique crystal, Baccarat crystal. So it was luxury, high-end lifestyle public relations that we did. And it was fun. It was so much fun. I made some great friends within the media in the UK. I got to travel a lot to Paris, which is every girl's dream. And I got to work in lifestyle stuff and constantly had my nails done, which is something I still do on a very regular basis, something I can't let go of. And it was really formative in who I am, in relationship building, in relationship maintaining, juggling a career and fitness. But simultaneously, kind of that job was very high pressured, and I wasn't sure I wanted to do it forever, alongside being in a very toxic personal relationship. So I was sort of kind of going downhill on one side whilst trying to go up on the other. And if, most of us have been there once, if not a few times in our lives, where you feel like you're pushing a truck of logs up a hill. You're like, I really want to get up here, but God damn it, how do I do this and be happy? And I unfortunately got an eating disorder around this time because I just was desperately unhappy with everything, and that was the one point of control I could have. And I went to Naples, Florida to stay with my aunt and uncle over Christmas to sort of get away from everything and hope the sunshine would help. And it did a lot. But I was running, and this is the only time in my life running was detrimental for me, because I was really at that point using it as an excuse. I ran, I think, 20 miles one day, and I didn't take water, I didn't take fuel. It was almost like it was my punishment in a sad way. And my uncle sat me down And even though I was doing that, I still talked about it with so much joy, and I'd come back and tell him all about my runs. He was like, you need to channel this love you have for running into something healthy and something positive, and then you can share that with other people. And I just couldn't get that out of my head of what he said. And I went home and I literally quit my job. I broke up with a boyfriend and I moved to London, and I enrolled in essentially a personal training and business school. And I got my personal training degree and a business qualification. And that was it. Then the world was there for me to grab, the bull by the horns.
Yeah.
And I fought to not be, and no disrespect to anyone who's ever done this, but I didn't want to be that newly qualified personal trainer at the local gym wiping up people's sweat. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm nearly 30 years old. If that happens, that happens. But I wanted to try and kind of go above that first. I'm very headstrong. I'm an Aries. So I'm really like, this is what I want. I'm going to do my darndest to get it. And if I don't, it's okay, but I can't settle without trying.
You got to reach for it first. That's, absolutely.
And I did. I got a really good job at the Bulgari Hotel, which is in Knightsbridge, like right opposite Harrods. And it was in a really, really famous gym owned by, at the time, a very famous nutritionist and personal trainer. And I still had to intern. I still had to wipe sweat off the machines and not get paid and show up.
You got to pay your dues, right? Yeah.
You show up at, before the sun's up, and you go home well after the sun's down, and you don't see daylight. And you're catering to the very, very, very rich. But I loved every second of it. I would not change it for the world. It taught me a lot. And from there, I met great people, and I got my Nike deal and worked as a Nike trainer through that. Then I started my own personal training business and had some fantastic clients, a very, very small handful of them, but I consider them family, and they did me. They took me with them traveling all over the world to some places that I would never have gotten to go with their families. Yeah, it was unreal. I'd be traveling like every season with them. And it was just awesome because I trained the parents, but then a couple of them had kids, so I'd kind of just play like football with the kids on the beach and occupy them or tire them out before they
That's
went
so
to their
cool.
nets. Yeah. So it was epic. I was really sad to leave that side of things because I felt like I was leaving my family when I left London. Well, I was leaving my family, but my work family when I left London. But RK kind of hooked me over from London over here because we worked together. So all thanks to her.
That's awesome.
So how did you know her beforehand?
We were both Nike trainers.
Oh, so Rebecca was working. Did she already have her Peloton job and was like, come over?
Yeah, she was part of the founding team with Robin on Tread. So Robin kind of came over, and they were putting together a team. So she'd already got Matty and Andy, I believe. I think at that
it's
point,
good to know her.
Andy. They'd already got them. I was either the third or fourth person on Tread to get my contract. Got the job offer, but because I was in the UK and visas, etc., I was the seventh, eighth person to actually join. So in between, Olivia, Matty, Chase, Sel, Oliver had all joined, and then I was the next one on the roster.
That's exciting. Were you ready for that change to come all the way across the pond and start living in a new place?
No, not at all, but I really welcomed it. It was a massive change. I kind of describe London and New York as cats and lions. They're both from the same family, but one is very fierce and one is domesticated, for the most part, tamed. And London is definitely the house cat.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Let's save the Peloton talk for a little bit. Is that okay? Let's get into something I know you love, ultra marathons, and that is like Erica's new jam, and you were even just talking about it in your story. So let's get into, how did you discover trail running and ultra marathons, for that matter?
Oh, wow. So I was again, part of the Nike Run Club in London. I was one of the founding coaches of NRC in London. And within that, we had lots of little running groups. And part of that group, there was a group of girls, and we kind of all really love this longer duration of running. You know, we'd get the camel pack backpacks on and run along the canals for miles. And a few of those girls had done 1 or 2 ultras. They were like, oh, you should come and like give it a go. It's fun. You basically get to run and eat. I was like, that sounds phenomenal.
Isn't that a huge selling point? That was kind of what got me into it. I was like, snacks? Okay.
Snacks, you get to drink like flat Coke.
So good.
Yeah. And you have to train your ass off, but it's not like speed is not of the importance unless that's your desire. But for most, I'd say more than road races, is completion is the aim of the game here. So I signed up for, actually it was a women's only race, and it was a 50K near Stonehenge in the UK. And we did a 50K run, and I loved it, like absolutely loved it. And from there on, our like group of females, we would trail run, we'd pick races, and we traveled a lot together. We did, you know, a lot of races. We did Italy, we did the Cinque Terre ultra marathon, we did Transvolcania in La Palma in the Canary Islands. They're probably the 2 of the most notable and biggest ones. And then during that time was when I met Blue, and he was like, oh, you're kind of fast. And that's when he kind of hooked me into Speed Project, and I've kind of become a Speed Project veteran and Speed Project OG, really. People still message me like, any tips? How can I get in? Can you speak to Niels? What should I do? Like, geez, I haven't run it in like 3 years.
Yeah, we're big fans of the relay type races around here. We have one called Reach the Beach, and you can have 12 people or 6 people run 200 miles. So it basically goes from the White Mountains of New Hampshire to our tiny coastline. It's Hampton Beach. So we have those like 200-mile relays, but the Speed Project, what is it, 340 between 6 of you?
340, 6 is the minimum. The OG is 4 guys, 2 girls.
Mm-hmm.
You can split it any which way, and you can increase that up from 6. There's also TSP Solo now, where you just go by yourself with your crew, which a few people have done. And then as we speak, there's the brand new Speed Project Atacama Desert in Chile that just took off yesterday. The solo runners just took off in Chile to do that race for the first time this year.
That's incredible.
Yeah, I'm bummed to miss it.
I cannot imagine taking on that distance alone just yet. Like, what's your time limit for that kind of thing, to do it by yourself?
For Speed Project, I think they have 5 days.
Okay. Well, that's
they
even
have
still.
When the teams finish, so that's why the solos start a good couple of days before. So the Atacama one, they started yesterday, which is Tuesday, and I believe the team races start on Friday.
Okay. That's super
Makes
cool.
sense. They start early.
Yeah, they got to get it done.
Yeah, they got to get it done. I think we kind of skipped over something. I like to celebrate accomplishment, or just like how awesome you did or something, for anybody. For Erica too, I like to pump her tires. That first ultra, didn't you podium finish?
Oh God, did I? I don't remember.
I think you did.
Maybe.
The other thing was, it seemed like you loved trail running, and you would actually travel quite far. I don't know how far is in your mind that's far or not, but you would travel quite far, almost maybe to an island or something, to get in some good trail running.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the Transvolcania in La Palma is part of the Canary Islands, where I have a house. And so I would often, just whenever I go to the Canary Islands, I will pop around and run as much as I can over all the mountains there. It's actually where Fuerteventura, where I have my house, is an island that a lot of people use to train for Marathon des Sales, because it is on the exact equator, and in the middle of the island really resembles the terrain that you would have in the in MDS. So we get a lot of people trying to cross the island. It's a lot smaller than MDS, but it's really good practice as well. But no, I love it. Honestly, like I can just run. It's when I'm just allowed to just plod along if I want to, do some speed work if I want to. Speed Project's very different. It is an ultra, but it's just vicious and fast. If you're very for the record, like my team did multiple times. So that's definitely an anomaly, I would say, but there's still ultras on my bucket list to do.
Any cool speed project stories you have of you and your team? Like that sometimes it's the most fun part. You're with your crew, and usually they don't even happen when you're running. It's when you're in the van moving from point A to B.
Yeah, there's a lot. First time I've ever hallucinated. I was about to say whilst not on drugs. I was like, Denise, sorry. First time I've ever hallucinated from exertion, like exhaustion, was night. I think it was night one. But by night, I mean like it was early in the morning, and I'd just gotten back into the RV after an 8-mile sand run by myself, because at this point, that was back on Speed Project number 1. Well, it was actually Speed Project official number 2 ever. So that was 16 maybe, and it. It's just, there's literally Niels is like, when you see that bush, turn left. You're like, it's the middle of the night in the desert. There's about 50 cacti bushes. Which one? And you're like, oh God. And you're just running out into the middle of the desert and it's pitch black. You're like, oh, please let me keep running and see the flashing lights of my RV like from the road. So as long as I remember having to keep the road to my left and I'd see a cut through at some point. So I just kept running along the sand, 8 miles of this sand run, thinking that I was going to be found tomorrow in a body bag somewhere.
Oh,
like,
no.
I'm already like, you already know the cogs are starting to turn slightly wonky in your brain when those thoughts come into your head. Anyway, I somehow finished it, got into the RV, and I sat down at the front of the RV. I have a picture somewhere. And I had my feet horribly up onto the table opposite me. And then I started to just sink sideways. And then I sat bolt upright, and I was like, someone release the anchor, the boat's spinning. No idea. I was on a boat. In my mind, I was on a boat and it was spinning.
That's
but I kept saying it, like I'd drift back off and then be like, somebody put the anchor in, and like be really angry about it. Yeah. And so it was a really like wild experience, just being like, oh wow, I am so tired. I have no idea where I am, what I'm saying, what I'm feeling. And then, within an hour or two, they're like, okay, get back out there, off you go.
Oh, super fun. So a lot of it was in the desert. I mean, it's you're running from California to Vegas, right? Yeah. Did you like come across any weird, like creepy crawly like things?
Honestly,
that would be my concern.
We ran through this wild town, and if anyone is from there, high five and let me know. It's called Barstow, out in the desert, somewhere between California and Las Vegas. Sorry, Santa Monica and Las Vegas. I think it's in Nevada, but maybe Eric will look and he'll tell me where exactly it is.
He's good at that.
Nevada. You knew what I was doing. I love it.
And it was like people were sitting on their porches with shotguns as we're running past. And
that's more terrifying.
Massive scorpion on the floor in front of me, and I literally jumped, like just carried on running. I was like, I gotta jump. And then my mind, I'm like, does this thing jump? I'm from England. I don't know. Like, is it gonna get me if I jump? So that was the only thing that I saw on the Speed Project of creepy crawlies. I know a lot of people saw snakes, spiders, and the such, but no, luckily I didn't see anything.
That just gives me the heebie-jeebies. I think I would have flipped out if I saw a scorpion or something like that. We don't have those kind of things up in New Hampshire. Not even New York. I hope doesn't have that kind of stuff.
No,
but
no, not
yeah.
at all. Not at all. And not to mention just creepy people sitting there with their shotguns.
I cannot believe that. I think that's like top tier creepy right there.
Yeah, that scared me as a I was still living in the UK at the time, so I was really like, what are they doing? Are they going to shoot us?
That's really not a common occurrence for most places, so I don't know how I would have handled it.
Land protection with these crazy runners coming through.
As long as they're not shooting me, we're good.
Yeah.
What are some of the other bucket list races you have? You mentioned you still have a lot of ultras you want to try.
Yes. I really want to do the 7 continents in 7 days.
Oh my God. We were just talking about this. That is probably the most insane thing. You're going to hallucinate on that one because you're going to get very little sleep. But
very little
goodness.
sleep.
Are we talking ultras? Or are we talking the marathon 7 days, 7 continents?
Yeah, it's the World Marathon Series. So 7 marathons, 7 days. So it's it's like an ultra marathon over a week, essentially.
Yeah.
But and an ultra marathon of travel. So that is on my bucket list to do. It's incredibly expensive, so it's something that you have to save up for a good few years for. So, it's normally in February. So my goal is maybe 2025 to do it around. So I want to do it before I'm 40, which is 2026. So I've got a couple of years to get that done. I really do want.
Erica will be your Sherpa.
Yay!
I would 100% do that. I would love to.
Anyway. Tell me that the airplane is not spinning and I'm not on a boat.
I'll anchor you down. Don't worry, Bex.
Needed. I want to. This isn't an ultra, but I do want to do the Great Wall of China marathon one day as well.
That'd be cool.
I just think that one would be amazing to do. And I kind of often look at the likes of Western states and look at it not saying I'd ever do it, but the wildness of the Barkley marathons.
Oh my God.
Like that. The crazy ones out there. I just want to travel again and see the world and be able to adventure the world in that way, because I really did find it very stimulating for my own brain, going to these places, the people that you meet and the people you get to run with. And because you are all running at these more comfortable paces, you just get to chat to so many people, and the stories that you hear are just sometimes enlightening, sometimes very sad, but so inspiring either way that I miss doing that.
I feel like this might be a good opportunity to bring up the World Marathon majors, because I've heard from some of your classes that you are going to be headed to Tokyo soon. So this is going to drop in 2024. So that's only a few short months away in that respect.
Happy New Year, by the way.
I know, right? So is this going to be your 6th major?
It is.
That is super exciting.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited. I actually just completed my registration today, funnily enough. A little late to the story. But so we're all signed, sealed, flights booked, hotel booked. Austin and I, we're both running it, but it will be my 6th star. So I'm really, really stoked to get that big medal and get my 6 done in Tokyo. Apparently it's the most popular. There's an average of 300 to 500 6-star finishers at most of the Abbott World Marathon majors, and then you jump to Tokyo and there's thousands. There's something like 3,500 at the moment. So because you have to save up, it's generally the vast majority of the Abbott World Marathon majors audience are on the other side of the world. So we have to save our pennies to go and run these races over there, which is why it ends up being most people's final one.
I have to toot my own horn here for a second, but 2023, I just completed them in Tokyo, and because of all the COVID stuff, it had been canceled. So at least at this point, I don't know if 2024 is going to break the record, but we have the Guinness World Record for most number of 6-star finishers at Tokyo, just because everybody was just trying to get in for that year, and it just kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed. So, and I did a Peloton leaderboard name change because of it. I am now 6-star Erica because I totally earned it, and I'm owning it. So.
Yes, you did. Yeah, I can't wait. I have to chat to you about the course. I hear it's a bit.
I am happy to talk about it.
She'll be your tour guide. I mean, she's been to Tokyo. She'll go out there.
Yeah.
There's so much to see.
Erica will do this.
Yeah, we're it's going to be a quick trip because we're not taking Tallulah with us. So we decided not to. It was just.
It'd be a big flight.
It's a big flight. When she got RSV, we just panicked about her getting so sick and just thought, what on earth would we do if we schlepped her all the way to Tokyo? It's different when it's a vacation. as opposed to you're pulling her all the way out there for mom and dad to run a race and do something that they really want to do. Like this is so. Yeah, bless my mom's coming over here to look after her from
That's
England
awesome.
whilst we go.
Moms are great.
Well, you'll have an incredible couple of days there, and hopefully everything goes well with Tallulah and your mom.
I'll have a ball.
You'll be in good hands. Moms are great. Thank God for moms. They're amazing.
Yeah, they are.
I also love that one of the things that you switched for your Peloton sign off. You say, "I'm Tallulah's mom." Like I just love that because she's such an important part of your life now, and she's just a wonderful little thing.
She is, and I think it's a gentle reminder that we're Peloton instructors, but we are also people. So if potentially today wasn't the best class I've ever delivered, maybe just a little reminder that I may have been up all night with my baby, just like some of you at home. And, I'm still here. I'm doing my job, just like some of you at home are probably about to go and do your jobs. And ours is just a little bit more visible. So yeah, just a reminder that we are real people.
Oh yeah. I was there last night. I slept on the floor.
Oh, did you?
I was there. Yeah, I slept on the floor, and Tommy and Tyler were curled up right against me. They were just at 2 a.m. banging on the door. I'm like, what is going on? And I have twin boys. They're 2 years old. And so I slept on the floor with them on the floor. I'm like, can we sleep in our beds? Nope.
These cozy things.
Yep. And a little stiff neck, but I'll roll. I'll figure it out.
Yep.
You brought up Peloton and Peloton life, and we love Peloton.
It, man.
We've been members for years. I started, like, the best thing that ever happened to get me hooked was actually work. They bought a Peloton bike, and I was like, okay, let's try this. And so I got hooked. And like I said, I'm a Matt Wilpers guy. And then Erica got into it. She got the tread. She found you. And then all of a sudden I can do it on the phone, and I can do running on any treadmill with you or Matt or anyone in the whole Peloton family. You mentioned Rebecca pulled you over, and you came from London or England, the UK. I don't know what to call it, but you came to the States. How was that move to Peloton?
I mean, it was fantastic. It was a whirlwind of difference from what I was doing before. The basis of it's the same, running coach. But then all of a sudden I was cast in a cast. I was, it's sort of it is a massive production, and has only grown exponentially over the past 6 years. And it was just a really great learning curve. I absolutely have never shied away of being on a stage as much as I could. I wanted to be, foreign affairs correspondent. I wanted to be a news reporter. I wanted to be an actress, anything like that when I was younger. So even when we did the Nike runs, I always had to be the person who was with the microphone at the start of the runs, getting everyone together. And so it was elevating that side of what I'd already done in my running career. And I don't know, just doing it on this level. And as our community grew, I think that was really, really special to just meet members in the studio and then see them stay with us. And to this day, I still see people who come to PSNY who are like, oh, I ran with you back in 2018, 2019. And you're like, wow, that's wild that you've been running with us for that long. And I kind of have known you through the leaderboard or through social media for that long. And it just, it never fails to warm my heart. And I'm very much a running coach first, entertainer second. I don't think that's a surprise to anybody with how I coach and how I deliver my classes. But I do enjoy the entertainer side of it. I'm a doofus. I'm not funny, but find myself funny. And
you are funny.
You're very relatable, Becs, and that's one of the reasons I love you so much is that like we can just relate to everything you say. So it's awesome, and you have a loyal group of I guess Becs Beast's OGs. Like they were with you from the very beginning. I'm kind of sad I didn't jump on the bandwagon until 2020 was when I first got into it. But yeah, everybody just loves your style, and it's great.
Thank you. No, I try to keep it real. Life isn't all unicorns and rainbows. There's definitely those gray clouds as well. So yeah, I'm just here to be as real as I can.
Good. That's kind of what our podcast is about. We want to show like the ups, downs, and code browns of the running world. So,
Oh yeah.
What year did you come to the US?
2018.
Okay, so you were actually here longer than I thought before COVID, because I was thinking it was even less than a year. COVID happened. How was life in New York City? I kind of know a little because my sister lives in New York City, but how was that with COVID, being from the UK, away from your family, trying to figure out work? I think you were working out in your living room doing your Peloton classes. How was that whole year or so of life for all of us?
Yeah.
But mostly you.
It was a testament to the company of how we kind of pivoted and were able to to begin with. We went to live from home, which was just unreal. I mean, the world shut down, and I think we all thought like, oh, okay, what are we going to do? Like, how is this going to work? Everything's in the studio. We would I think Denise can probably tell us the exact date. I feel like it was almost to the date when we were going to open PSNY, was when COVID hit. Like, it was ready to go. And we'd been working on it since before I joined. I believe we had the plans of moving there. So before 2018. So obviously that hits, and we were it was just wow when the team were like, okay, so we're going to deliver a tread to your house. I was like, okay, my Brooklyn apartment. Okay. I had a spare room. So I was like, this is fine. I can turn this into the gym. It was a dream come true, to be quite honest, to have a tread at home too. So selfishly, I was like, I'll do it. And so, yeah, Austin was my PA, camera guy, sound check, help on everything. We had this set up delivered to our house, like people in hazmat suits, more or less, like zero contact. And it was unreal. And the team, everyone was remote. So like all of our production team were all in their own apartments, but they were helping us set up these cameras and these studio level cameras. I mean, you guys have seen the content still there to be seen. It was shot. It wasn't just like me grabbing my iPhone being like, all right, work along with me. This is highly produced content. And yeah, I think we just we got into a schedule pretty quickly, and we got into call time. It was so weird having a call time in my own house. Like, okay, this is your call time, like hair and makeup done. And it had to be a bit longer because of all of the possible errors that could go wrong with internet and everything. And we did the best we could to keep the community moving and keep everybody, with that positivity that Peloton has brought since day one into people's lives. So I feel really lucky to have been one of the instructors who A, was able to do it, and B, was still able to connect on a normal level with our members out there. And then the city of New York and our Peloton team worked tirelessly to get us those permits that allowed us to be deemed essential workers in the end, so we could get into the studio. And again, it was like hazmat suit operation in the studio. It was like walking. I never, thank goodness, walked into a hospital in COVID, but from what I see, it kind of felt like that. Like everything was so sterile. There was only ever one person in the studios, and it was just, we had like hospital grade cleaners. It was unreal. It was so well put together. And as much as it helped everyone at home, I think people forget, like, again, that Peloton instructors are normal people. It helped us so much. It helped me. I'm not going to speak for everybody, but maintain some familiarity and normality in our lives in that time that was just in flux. Everything was just in this weird state of, what is this? What's going on? Is it ever going to end? And just knowing that we could continue our jobs was a revelation, because at the start it was like, well, how on earth are we going to continue our jobs? And then it happened. So that was strange to we were in like certain days, you just had like 2 or 3 days where you'd go in and record some content and then go back to our little bubbles out of the city or wherever we were. So yeah, I look back on that with such appreciation for all of our teams, like not just everyone who got it working, but like our maintenance teams and the teams who carried on running the studio to get us all in and out safely was just a real wow.
I appreciate all the creativity you guys put in because it really did keep the members engaged and it kind of just kept us going too. Like I know it was a huge motivator for you guys, but us at home, we were in the same situations. Like we didn't know what to do. We couldn't go to our gyms. We didn't feel safe going outside. So we had a nice outlet through Peloton. And I mean, that's pretty much what kicked off my real running journey. Like I really got into it in 2020. So I give a lot of credit to you and the other Peloton trainers for like keeping the engagement. It was super helpful.
Yeah, it was like, oh God, I just like thinking now, talking about it. I'm like, God, do you remember when people were like, you shouldn't run outside? Like, you can't run outside. It's gonna this
6 feet apart.
Germ gonna touch you. Like, I felt like it was like a horror movie. There was this like green germ air that just comes off you. Like, wow. And we didn't like. Well, we would run with those like bandanas over our faces and like all sorts. It was, wow, what a time.
I know.
What a time.
I can't believe it's been already like 3 at this point. So calling it 2024, like it just seems so long ago. It's hard to believe that it really happened.
Yes, I agree.
What a time. And that was about the same time I found you when Erica pushed me to Becs and on the phone. And I think they were the at-home studio runs. So
wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Peloton Studios just seems like such a blast between you and all the trainers. You guys are so open with your social media while you're there. And I mean, I've seen so many videos of mostly like Maddie just playing pranks on Jess Sims. What other kind of fun stuff happens behind the scenes at Peloton?
Oh gosh. I mean, you see it. We are all genuinely very good friends. There's 57. I always get this number wrong. Denise's probably got her head in her hands now. But there's a lot of us. So I mean, obviously we're not all going to be the closest of friends, but I'm not lying or exaggerating when I say we all get along famously. Like
that's excellent.
We all love each other very much. And yeah, I mean, there's Maddie and Jess, the Halloween spectacular.
I crack up every time I see that stuff. I lose it. It's so good.
It's hilarious. There's Matt Wilpers, who is just always coming out with the weirdest stuff in the morning, or just being Matt, of just being oblivious to things.
He's like, the best. What? I love him. I love all you.
Cute as a button. Can I say that? He's just like adorable. I mean, I love his Peloton, like his Power Zone classes. He's like the only one I could really like sit and focus on, but like he's just want to like pinch his cheeks. I'm sorry, that's just weird.
No, he's amazing. He's such a wealth of knowledge as well. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we spend a lot of time like chatting the nerdy stuff up together. And then you've got like the whirlwind instructors who come in with a ton of energy at 4 a.m. in the morning. You're like, just chill out. Or you've got like the Dennises who saunter in, cool as a cucumber. Like, I'm ready, just ready for anything. So it's so much fun, and we all have our different pre-show routines, whether it's like Logan like foam rolls every part of his body, Adrian doing his push-ups, and Rad doing his push-ups, making sure they're looking good on camera. There's like Alex Kowalski's probably come in from doing some sort of marathon row. It's awesome. Everyone has their own different things that they do. But it's great. And I think we all have a schedule, obviously, so we all know who we're with, predominantly if there's a sub or something special going on. So you kind of get into a routine with the people that you're in the studio with at the same time. And yeah, it's definitely, you look forward to it.
How about your girl, Rebecca Kennedy? Did she ever get you to do a spell that muscle?
Oh, God. Back in the day, we did it. Back in 2018, she'd do that just to test us, though.
that was fun. I went back and we found those. I'm like, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I forget who nailed them. Was it like, I think Ross and Dennis did like super well. Spelling's not my strong suit, especially when it comes to muscles and stuff, but they like nailed it.
Ross is incredible. Ross is I don't know whether you guys have taken his yoga for runners stuff, but he's really, really knowledgeable about yoga with running. He's helped me many a time in our green room where I've been like, this doesn't feel right. And he's just like had me on the floor, done something. He's like, oh yeah, that muscle was tight, or that fascia was disconnected. I'm connected something it shouldn't be. I'm like, wow, you are a genius.
I'm going to put it on my list. I'm trying to get more into like the yoga, trying to be more diligent about stretching. It's not my strong suit, but I know I've taken a few classes with Dennis, and he is amazing at that kind of stuff too. So I will add Ross to my list and just try to keep up with it. It's good for you.
Yeah, it is.
Bex, I think it was actually during COVID, you had like this camera crew follow you around and you qualified for the UK Olympic trials.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was a process. You have work, you have your Peloton runs, you got to do your own training.
Mm-hmm.
You have to then travel during COVID back to London, probably way ahead of time, get tested all these times. What was that like, trying to fit in your training, fit in your work, do the Olympic trials? How did that go?
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. It was what, 3 years ago? I got the invite literally around Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
I was at Austin's mom's beach house, and I was reading my emails. I don't know, something. It was around Thanksgiving, and TMI, but I literally my divorce had just been finalized. Like literally the day before, I was like, yes, I'm free. Finally, like literally everything was signed and it was over and it was done. So I think we'd like celebrated that. And then the next day, I thought I was getting pranked because I got this email from British Athletics inviting me to the trials. And I was like, God, what kind of cruel joke is this? Like, it just seemed too blasé. Like,
Mm-hmm.
of course you would. Like, and yeah, then I ran downstairs. Like, I think I've just been invited to compete in the Great Britain Olympic trials, and everyone was like reading the email, and I am obviously like within an hour I was like, yes, of course, I want to do it. So, and then that's when I realized it was real, and I didn't tell work for a minute because I kind of wanted to get my head around it. I wanted to start training and see where I was at because it was COVID. We hadn't run for a while of any competitions, let's say, or any races. So it had been a minute since I'd run a race. I mean, a year since New York Marathon. So I got back into the swing of things. I talked to a good friend, Stephen Kirsch, a good friend of Austin's, and he agreed to coach me for this race because as you said, Eric, I had my job. And like, it's just really difficult sometimes to be motivating when you're motivating other people. You're like, I've done my motivation for the day. Like, God, now I've got to motivate myself. So I took it on board to get a coach. And then I realized, okay, I'm going to have to travel. I'm going to have to talk to Peloton about this. I'm going to have to take some PTO, quite a bit. And obviously they were thrilled for me and incredibly supportive. And just Jen thought it was a great opportunity to document it and do something special that our members could enjoy. Obviously, COVID kind of made a bit of a difference to what we could do because we had to social distance in filming and there was a lot more regulations than normal. But it was kind of strange, really, having this team follow me and like pack with me. And they were literally there while I was packing and crying, saying goodbye to Maurice, and just all of that emotion was raw. It was true and real, and we captured what we could within the guidelines of what we were allowed to. And going to London was absurd. I mean, it was just, I don't know if you guys traveled in COVID, but international travel was nuts. Just the paperwork. I felt like when I was moving here, like that day, I felt like I had the exact same amount of paperwork to just prove my worth to get into the country. And the race itself was petrifying. I mean, we were really lucky. We stayed at one of Austin's co-workers. He actually lived in Italy, but he had a home in Notting Hill. So we were really lucky that we could stay in our own space. We didn't have to go to a hotel and deal with like a lot more rules and regulations. We really could stay incredibly safe and away from people for the most part of the trip. The Life in London was so different to New York. New York was still very much locked down. There was, you had to show a lot of your cards. People in the street were wearing masks. Kind of feel like we got to London and people were like, I'm over this. Like, he seemed a lot more lax about it on the streets.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a bit of a shock to just suddenly be like, we're walking out with our masks on immediately. And obviously neither of us wanted to get anything because we had to be tested up until the night before the race, sorry. And yes, Eric, to your point, there was multiple tests. Tests.
Such a process.
Which always flummoxed me because I'm like, the fact that I have to travel to get here means I could contract it. If I just stay at home and do one test, like I'm just at home. Anyway, yes, I was fine and all clear. And what a great day. I mean, it was just, I look back on it, I'm like, who was that girl? How did she run that fast? How did she hold on for that long? Austin always says to me, he's not actually in here, but
we'll pretend. Hey, Austin.
He's here in spirit. He says that around mile 8, because I saw him 13 times. I think it was 13 laps.
Yeah, the loop course.
12 small laps. If you run with me, I hate track. So this was just a battle for me of monotony. Mm-hmm. Luckily, I love gardens. And it was in the botanical gardens, in Kew Gardens. So I was like, ooh, trees, ooh, flowers, ooh, look at something else. All the way. But yeah, he said around mile 8. So I can't remember how many times he would have seen me at that point. And he just saw a look in my eyes and got really scared. Because it was a look, I just shook my head at him. I was like, I can't do this. And I honestly don't think I've ever felt that in a race. Definitely not in a marathon, where I've just had that thought of, this isn't going to happen. Like, I can't do it. And like mortifyingly embarrassed in that moment of, I'm on TV, everyone at Peloton is following me. People have gotten up at 3 a.m. in the morning in the US to follow me. And it's me going like, I can't do it. It hurts. It really hurts. And something, I think, again, the weird Aries competitive side of me, I saw other people drop. I saw other women drop out. And I was like, well, I'm not going to do that. And them dropping out pushes me up higher. And I haven't really had to work to get higher there. They've just dropped out and enabled me to go further up in the standings. And then my incredible pacer. I mean, he really, really got into my head and pulled me out of the negativity and just was like, come on, we've got this. He'd never run a bloody marathon before. And there he is pacing me to the fastest one I've ever run. And it was unreal. And I think whenever I tell people the story for the first time about the finish and how Rosie literally just came past me at the finish line and got to 3rd place, neither of us would have qualified on time. Mm-hmm. We would have, if we would have been running under 2:29, we would have gone through. But at that point, the time was not fast enough. So she literally, I was 3rd for so long and she just had more in the tank. And that is what I just explained to everybody is that day I ran until absolute empty. I was the car that came over that finish line and I just spluttered to a finish. Like, there was nothing, because trust me, if there was anything in my tank, I would have fought tooth and nail to battle with her to that finish. But there was nothing. I was like jelly, just cut, like, you hold it together as best you can as a human, but I wasn't going to fall on my teeth on the finish line of that race. And that's pretty much all I had left in me, was to just get over there and stand up. There was no more energy to try and beat this girl off my shoulder for the final 10 meters of that race. And I think when I explain that to people, and when I feel that in myself, I did give everything. And I am so proud of my time and my place. And the fact that I even got to be there, the fact that I got invited was such a huge deal to me. So my 2:32.01, I won't take that 01 away because I fought for it.
Beautiful, beautiful. That is just a prime definition or a prime example of true grit and leaving it all out there. And it's just a good thing to show people to just not give up if you can help it.
No,
I love
exactly.
it.
And it will be tough. Mm-hmm. It's no lie.
Absolutely.
Like, running's really tough. it's movement. You're moving your body at a faster plane of movement than it comfortably likes to be. So yeah, it's going to be tough, whatever your pace is. So just keep moving forward. That's why I say forward is a pace. Just keep moving forward as long as you can.
And you definitely ran into your unknown too. That's one of your other, I don't want to say catchphrase, but lessons that you like to teach us. And it's true. It's awesome.
Yeah, I never knew my butt cheeks could hurt that much just from running.
Well, we're super proud of you. That was an amazing accomplishment, an amazing opportunity.
So fun to follow.
Peloton did great with that little YouTube series, or just a little series they put together.
Yeah.
I'm really glad you shared that story with us and everything you have. Quickly, we're trying something new for 2024 on occasion. We're going to do some rapid fire. Erica's found some rapid fire questions for you, mostly Peloton based. Erica, if you have your notes,
I do have my
when
notes.
You're ready. All right, let's hear this. I can't wait for the Matt one.
He's the one who wrote that, so just don't judge me. All right, who at Peloton has the best style, in your opinion?
Oh goodness, yikes! That's a tough one. I think Olivia.
That is, she's super glittery. I love it. All right. Who programs the hardest classes and why is it Olivia? JK.
I think Matt Wilpers.
All right. Who makes the best playlist?
Emma Lovewell.
Ooh. Do I have to say this question?
Massachusetts girl. Vineyard, I think. Nantucket or the Vineyard?
Vineyard, yeah.
Love it. All right. This is Eric's question, but he's still making me read it.
Want me to ask it?
Yes.
All right. What's sweatier? Matt Wilpers or Matt Wilpers bike mat?
Oh, Andy Spear. I think Matt Wilpers.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, Bex, what's your favorite music to run to?
Ooh, I'd say EDM.
Very nice. I'm a big fan of your classical music classes, by the way, so that's a good one. All right. What is your favorite type of class to teach?
60-minute intervals.
I like those as well. All right. What is your favorite way to recover after a hard workout?
Oof. Oh, gosh. Like, honestly, sitting in the boots, in my HyperIce, my Normatec boots.
Yes. We're big fans of those too.
Big way I like to recover. And like a glass of red wine. Good glass of red wine.
Good answer. Yeah. What is the favorite costume either you or another instructor has worn on a Peloton run?
Oh, one of my scary clowns. I think my half and half scary clown Becs instructor was a pretty big hit, and I really enjoyed being that person or those two people.
I second that. And last one we've got, what is your favorite activity to do in New York City that isn't fitness related?
Going to Central Park for off-leash dog hours first thing in the morning.
Ah, love it. That's so good. All right.
That's awesome.
Before we, I know we're like running out of time, but I want to give a quick shout out to the Becs Beast crew because they are pretty much what like an awesome community. Like we all just love you so much. And I know Jamie, I believe Cupcakes for PRs is the one who moderates the group and she just makes it so engaging and just an awesome. Oh, Sean. Yes, that's right. She's Ludicrous Speed. Yes.
Yeah.
So just, they're so wonderful for putting together these groups and just gathering together the community. And we're all just kind of together and lifting each other up, and we take all your classes and it's just a lot of fun. So anybody out there, there's an Instagram page. It's at Bec Beast. And there's also a Facebook page. So look into it. We're awesome people. I have to put myself in there. I'm kind of more of a lurker as opposed to a poster, but there's just so many fun people in there and it's just very knowledgeable and super, super fun. So.
Yeah, they're great. And I'm so grateful to them. They are advocates for everything I believe in. And I take a lot of what I believe in stems from how they act to people. They're also kind and generous. So yeah, I'm very, very lucky to have all the Becs Beasts, all the flamingos out there, all of us flocking together.
I have this little guy chilling out behind me today. Had to represent the flamingos and Becs Beast crew.
Olivia bought this one for Tallulah. Yeah.
Well, that makes me even happier. So just chill in the background.
Oh, I love it.
Becs, you are awesome. Thank you so much doing this for me. You and I have been talking for a while. I really appreciate it. This is a big deal for me to get you on for Erica because she won't stop talking. So, and I hear all about it and I love every bit of it. And thanks for being just how awesome you are and responding to all my little embarrassing video messages I make of me and Erica. So we have one final question. It's Erica's question. It is the hardest question for some people, and then for some, it's the easiest. So I'll let her lead into this, and then we'll send you off. You're amazing.
All right,
it's all
Becs.
yours, Erica.
All right, final question. We have a Spotify playlist, and we like to invite our guests to add a song. It could be anything that you're feeling at the moment, something motivational, just anything that keeps you going and pumps you up. Would you like to add a song?
Yeah, sure. Let's see. Oh, there's so many. I'm like, is it?
It is a tough question.
Is it Pearl Jam? Is it the Beatles? Like, oh my God, there's so many. Is it Nina Simone? You know what? There's a really fantastic Nina Simone remix that I probably will add on there. It's like an EDM remix of I'm Feeling Good, and I love it.
That is amazing. That is a fantastic song as it is, but put a little EDM spin on it. I'm all aboard. All right, Becs, we've had such a wonderful time talking to you, and I cannot thank you enough for your time. This is just super fun for us. Myself, like, I'm losing words again, but I just have to say, I'm going to kind of speak for most of the Peloton members at the very least, but I just want to say thank you for always taking time to shout out every single milestone in your classes. It is such like an exciting moment when you have a milestone to celebrate and you take the time to shout out every single one of them. You go through the entire list and you even put like personal spins on it. Like it's just such a like exciting special thing for us. So just thank you for always doing that. We really appreciate it. I am going to speak for everybody, but it is just so fun and we look forward to it and it is just a special thing. So thank you again for everything that you do.
Oh, thank you. Thank you both for having me. Thank you for getting me on, Eric, and making sure that I was replying. Erica, it's a pleasure to...
I hope I didn't bug you too much. I tried to keep it like 4 weeks in between.
We know you're busy. We know you're busy, so...
You really did make me feel like you understood that time just disappears and I'm like, oh my God, I meant to reply to you. I'm so sorry. I'm not being annoying or rude, but I'm like, it's flagged and then I forget and then Tallulah like grabs my phone or something happens. So I'm really appreciative of you persisting in the nicest, calmest way that you did, because this has been a real pleasure. And Erica, to have you on the leaderboard and part of the Bec Beast is so cool to spend this time with you now and to have talked to you. And I know that your running is just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. So I wish you luck with whatever is next. And we didn't even get to talk about that. So yeah, maybe some other
maybe
time.
Next time.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're going to make it into the studio. That's one of our goals for 2024. So we'd love to meet you in person and take some of your classes, but
there's a lot of goals.
It'll happen.
She forgets I have 3 kids. Like a lot of goals,
can make it
I
into
will
the
make
studio. Maybe I'll join Josh and Janine. I'll be like, hey, take me with you next time you go, because they make it into the studio all the time. I'm super jealous. They're
like there every weekend. We'll go. I'll just use an excuse. I'm going to visit my sister Hannah, who works in New York City, and I'll be like, I got to go visit Hannah. I'm going to fit in a little run here at the Peloton studio with Becs and maybe a bike ride with Matt. So
there you go. We do have quite similar schedules. Quite a lot of people come in and ride with Matt, and then they come and run with me on a Saturday. They do
that would be
one
me.
Together, so
perfect.
Yeah, well, let us know. Let us know when you make it in.
Thank you.
Yeah, that would be a blast. So thank you, Becs. You're amazing. Can't believe we did it, but it is here. This whole podcast thing is so much fun. It's growing. This has just been a blast. Thanks for coming on and sharing your stories and giving us. You spared no details, and you did the assignment. It was amazing. So Becs, thank you. I hope all you enjoyed that. Becs Gentry on the On the Runs podcast.
My life is made. I am like, whoo.
Oh my God.
She was as awesome as I thought she was going to be. Meet your heroes, people. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to meet
This is the coolest non-job I have. We are so lucky we get to do this.
This is, let's see. We are a little early. It's not 2024 yet in present time, but when you're listening to this, it is. That'll be like episode 86, I think. Like 86 episode. What the cool journey we've been on. And who knows how far we can, grow this reach. And who knows how far we can continue growing this. Hopefully very far. Hopefully for years in episodes to come. But we've gotten to do some amazing things. We've gotten to meet so many amazing people, whether you're a Peloton instructor, a run influencer, or just one of the girls from the 440 crew. All these people are so amazing we've met through 86 episodes. And God, remember when we talked about this during our runs on like Albuquerque Street or something? And it's like, we just have to figure it out and try it. And we just have to do it. And when
we never imagined it would get this far. I mean, I never imagined it, but you are reaching for the stars, my friend. And I am so glad you are, because the people you brought into our lives are just some of the most cool people ever.
Yeah. And it feels like either they do a really good job at acting or it's true, like it's just genuine. It feels like they love us too. Like a couple times, some people have to get comfortable and we try to break the ice, and whether that's for anybody, we do our best to make them comfortable. And then just all of a sudden they'll tell us anything. They'll go, this is TMI, but this happened in my life or that, or it's just, I feel like I don't know. We have that avenue, we have that way, and it's been a blast. So this year is going to be even better. What a start to 2024.
We are on a roll, my friend. We are on a roll.
All I want to say is when we did those first 3 episodes and we had months in between them, and you and I just never stopped talking about this. And thanks for that, because this has been, I've always wanted to do a podcast, and you were like just going on board. You were on board. And that Black Friday came around in 2021. We bought all the gear and we just met at your house. Our first time recording together. We screwed the whole thing up and lost all the audio. Do you remember that?
I do. Sitting on the couch. But hey, you gotta make some mistakes to learn. That's how we get to where we're at.
What a cool journey this has been. I have no plans on stopping. I hope you don't either. So that was amazing. Guys.
Cheers to you, buddy.
Cheers. I hope you guys really enjoyed that, because that was honestly, since like episode 11 when we got Addie's a Renner, my goal has been to get Becs Gentry for you. And I was patient. I was like, we're not ready. For Doozer, it was like maybe for 50. I don't even know if we were ready at episode 50 for Doozer. But I was like, patience. And I will shoot my shot when I feel like the time is right. And I've learned with many of our guests, some of these take months to go. In this one, I tried around your birthday. I tried more than a month before your birthday thinking, okay, this might take 5, 6, 7 weeks. Maybe we can do it right on or the week of your birthday. Like, how cool would that be? So you just had a half birthday. Happy half birthday. But I have, that was my goal from episode 11 was I want to get Becs one day. And I might have said, hey, you never know. Maybe we can get Becs. And I was just trying to keep you reeled. And we just kept doing it. And
well, God, she's definitely worth the wait. And I just got to say again, thank you, Coach. You are awesome. And I'm looking forward to keep training with you, because you're just so awesome. What can I say?
So let's stop here. We got to stop. We got to go back to work, and then we'll do the da-da-da-da-da, and we'll have the outro for you guys, and we'll talk a lot about how our life's been since the holidays. So cool reaction. All right. Erica, get back. Oh, you have the day off.
I have the day. Get back to work, you, Eric.
This has been fun, guys. Thank you so much for being part of this journey, and I can't wait. I cannot wait to continue this.
Oh, Becs. Oh, I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You seriously probably made my life. This was so cool. And this is so awesome. I'm all giggly now. Oh, it was so much fun. You know what, though? I meant to give a couple extra Becs Beast shout outs because we only mentioned Sean and Jamie because they were kind of the moderators of the Facebook group and stuff. But I just got to shout out a couple more people because they're the people who will, without a doubt, give you those high fives on the leaderboard when they see you. They flock up in the mornings and they're just awesome. So got to shout out Jelaine, Jen, Catherine, Stephanie, most definitely Stephanie. I love you. And Christina, you guys are just so awesome. Just keep doing what you're doing for the group. And those high fives, they just totally turn things around in the morning. I'm not a morning person. You guys know that. So if you guys are flocking up, I will be there just for your high five. So keep it up.
The Becs Beast are one amazing community. And speaking of amazing communities, the Peloton community is awesome too. And we are going to Peloton Studios, New York in a couple of weeks. Why don't you tell everyone what happened here? This is super cool. And it is unrelated to the Becs episode. I just thought it would be great to tell everyone about it during the Becs episode.
It's kind of perfect timing. So our good buddy Josh Vernon reached out and said, hey, Wicked Smart Zone's got a block of bikes for Matt Wilper's class. So do you guys want in? And I was like, this is an opportunity I can't say no to. So yeah, we get to jump on with the Wicked Smart Zone. We're bringing Tara along with us. So we're really excited to be able to take a mat class. And then I got into an Andy Spear tread class too, just to kind of round out the weekend at Peloton.
Yeah,
so,
I'm wicked excited. This is super cool. What a cool opportunity Josh presented to us.
We can't thank you enough, bud.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We got a little road trip planned right now. Tentatively, I don't know if Adeline's coming, but the plan was she's going to come, and I was just going to do the Matt Wilpers ride. And then go hang out with Hannah and my sister Hannah and Adeline. But now I don't know if she can officially go, which I'm still coming. But if she doesn't go, I'm going to be like, what am I going to do? Twiddling my thumbs as you and Tara are doing like an Andy Spear ride or run and a few other things. So I might have to try to get on some wait lists if it's official that Adeline's not coming. But we won't know for a couple more days. So I don't know yet. But it's going to be a lot of fun. 45-minute. They announced today it's a Power Zone endurance class.
Yes. I know Josh wanted a Power Zone Max, and I'm like, please not a Max class. Please not a Max class.
It doesn't matter the class. I know I am going to just be sweating profusely the entire time. Probably just like, Matt, I'm asking questions today. You could tell him the noob in the group chat. Like, will there be fans? Is it cold in there? Is it hot in there? What's it going to be like? Total noob. First time ever going to the Peloton studio. So really, really excited for this. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Little on the runs road trip.
Oh, it's going to be a blast. I'm honestly so excited. I really was hoping that Bex was working that weekend, but I think it's definitely one of her off weekends. So I will take an Andy class happily and still looking forward to it. Yay.
It just means we're going to have to make another trip to the Peloton studios to go for a run with Bex.
Game on, man. I'm down for it. This is going to be apparently a busy year of travel for me because I just did some things and signed up for some races that are going to take me places.
Let's hear about it. You got in, I'm guessing, because you told me we need to delay. So you got in. Let's hear about it. More than one race?
There's two big ones. I'm already like thinking, what the hell did I just do? So today is a big day for Yeti race signups. All the races drop at like 8 o'clock. Well, one of them dropped at 9. So first off, the 8 o'clock one that I signed up for, I want to take another stab at the Yeti 100 in Virginia.
You're going back.
I'm going down. I'm going back. Yep. And this time I get to stay with like a bunch of the friends that I made. So Pat, Charlotte, and Julia. We're all going to stay in a house together, and it's within walking distance to the finish line. I was like, this is great. We're going to have so much fun. So it may be a solo trip down for me. I don't know, but at least I have my new friends, and we're going to have a blast. But there's another one.
Oh, there's another one. Oh, wait, Yeti. The finish line, isn't the finish line the same as the start line?
No, this is the one where we got bussed up to White Top.
Okay, no, you're right. I remember that. Yeah. Okay, so but you're going to be near the finish, so you just have to like hobble or crawl after you do 100 miles. That's so
No big
cool.
deal,
You made
right?
these friends, and you got to bring microphones with you and bring them to the house and do like
I will see what I can do.
yeah, you just
We'll
got to
all
hit
be like
record
sitting
and
on the
talk.
floor dying afterwards and be like, let's just talk, you guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was really excited about that one.
So you're going
It's the
back.
10th.
You're going back. It's not
going back.
redemption. What's the goal here? Because you got the
I just
100
want to
miles
do
last
a
time. You got the
little
buckle.
bit better. Yeah, I got the buckle. It's the 10-year anniversary. You know, I love me an anniversary year. So gonna go back, just see if I can improve a little bit.
Okay.
I have all that stuff I learned, so I'm bringing that knowledge with me, and hopefully it'll be a faster result.
I'm
We'll see.
excited. I'm really
Yeah.
excited. When is that race?
That's gonna be end of September.
End of September. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
All right. So
Yep.
you're going back for Yeti. What else did you sign up for?
Another Yeti race.
Whoa.
I am doing what they call.
I was expecting to hear about ADU, but tell me about this Yeti.
Oh, ADU's tomorrow. Well, Tuesday. So I will
Oh.
be doing ADU again. Planning on doing the 12-hour. That's my jam. But so I'm doing what they call the Coast to Coast Challenge. So I'm going to Washington and I'm doing the Yeti 100 out there too.
What?
They have two versions of it. There's a Yeti 100 Virginia and then the Washington. So I'm going to Washington. And yeah,
What?
gonna give that a crack.
Seriously?
Yep, here I am like, oh, I'm never doing it again. And yeah, totally took that back. And now I'm like, why not do two? That's a great idea.
Tell me about what?
So-
When is this? Where are you? Who's going with? Give me the deets. Do you even know?
So, yeah, no, I did my research. So it's the day after my birthday. So next June, I'll be out in Washington. It's like an
Okay.
hour outside of Seattle.
Okay.
It's on this really nice, like, I forget what the trail's called, but it starts in like Hayek, Washington. And it's just kind of the same format, like kind of out and back kind of thing. And I actually already booked where we're going to stay, and it's on the trail.
Who's we?
So Brandon's going to come with
Brandon's coming to that
He's-
one. Okay.
Yep, he's never been to Washington, so we're going to plan on going for a few days, staying in Seattle, making the drive over to Hayek, and then, yeah. So it'll be a nice little birthday trip for me. Treat yourself, right?
Unreal. Erica will be going to sell her 38th birthday, running 100 miles in Washington. High
Is there any other way
elevation,
to celebrate?
unknown territory. Not a big deal.
Yeah. There's a wicked cool like tunnel you get to run through. It's like almost 2.5 miles long. It's like 2.3
Really?
miles long. Yeah, it's awesome. So I've heard such good things about this race that it's absolutely beautiful out there. And yeah, so we rented like a whole house. So if anybody feels like coming, just hit me up. I got
Any
a place.
of you Yeti runners out there going to Washington, Erica has some spare rooms for you.
I got you covered. Yep.
That's cool. And then so the plan tomorrow is ADU?
Yep. ADU opens. Yep.
Okay.
So-
And so
Preferred entry.
12 hours, huh? You big
You know,
baby. You big baby. You're going to do these 100 milers. You did the 30-hour hamster wheel, but you're going back for a fourth year at ADU, and you're just going to do the 12 hours. Suck it up, you big baby. Sign up for 12 hours. If you run 13 and you're done, you're fine. Quit. Be a quitter. But sign up for the 24 hours tomorrow, Erica. What is wrong with you?
I like the 12. 12 is my jam. Nighttime race. And just, that's my favorite.
I gotta say, I'm disappointed.
Well, I don't want to tire myself out before Yeti because it's only a month before.
It's the perfect warm up. Just do like 18 hours then. Just get extra miles in. You'll get the lap number. Like, what's the laps you got to do for 24 to get your buckle? Not buckle, but the medal.
Know.
You'll
I
get
don't
it.
know. Yeah.
Just
well,
hey, sign up for 24, and if you decide after 12 you don't want to do anymore, just stop.
but if I do that, it's extra money.
How much
I
money?
just spent it all. I don't know what the difference is.
Probably
but
not
it's
even
more.
a lot. Come on, they deserve it. They want you there longer. They get sad when you leave in the morning.
Do they?
They do. I know they do. Hannah's going to be sad. Jay's going to be sad. Celeste is going to be sad. We know so many people there. They're all going to be sad when you leave in the morning. Just stay. And then it will get you to stay to the end and see what the end's like. You'll stop running. I'll get a hotel room and we can go back and take a shower. And then we can go back for the finish.
You told me you didn't think you could go. So.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to go if you're doing 12 hours.
Oh, come on.
I'm not going to go if you're doing 12 hours.
You said it was the easiest way to get you to go down because I'm not doing 24 hours.
No, because I'll go in the morning and I'll just spend the second 12 hours with you. I don't know. It's so far in advance. And if I'm going to pick here's why. I'm like, I got to pick and choose, right? And so we did in December, we did a little Instagram live when we wanted to reveal if we got into Chicago or not.
Mm-hmm.
And if you checked out that Instagram live, we did not get into Chicago. So our game plan, we haven't signed up yet, but our plan is to take OTR on the road again. I say again, like we do this all the time. And we're going to go to Boulder,
Rhode Island, yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to go to Boulder, Colorado for the Boulder 10K, where Ryan Van Duzer runs every year. And your new best friend lives out there, and hopefully she can do it. And our hope is to meet Ryan and to meet Brittany and to run the 10K. That can be some elevation training for you before your Washington race. And that's Memorial Day weekend. So like if I'm going to go away for that and one or two other things, I might have to pick and choose. Now, I'm not going to say I'm not going to ADU. I'm just not committing to it yet. That's in August. And I've gone the last 3 years. I want to go. I love the people there. The community is so cool. I got the nicest email from Jay a few months ago saying he checked out our podcast and he just thought we did a really good job. And it was basically like, nice job, guys. Keep it up. Keep going. That was so cool. I love getting those messages. So I love the ADU community. I'll be there, but right now I'm going to tell you, you sign up for the 12 hours, I'm out.
I don't know. I'll think about it.
Guys,
12
I'm in
is my
her
jam, man. I win things. I bring home awards. I want Hannah's award, so I have to do the 12.
I have the solution then. Sign up for the 12 and the 24.
Oh, I can't do that.
Yeah, be like
work?
Erica Hamill and Hamill Erica, or just Erica Ham.
That is cheating, and that is one thing I am not, is a cheater. So
be an ultra runner.
I have a lot of ultras this year. I'm doing more ultras than I am actual marathons. So I got my work cut out for me.
So I haven't officially signed up for any races yet, but I do have one on my schedule with my coach.
Better be the one we were talking about.
We put on the schedule Eastern States 20 miler.
Excellent.
Gonna do the Eastern States 20 on St. Patrick's Day, the 17th of March. You're doing the 20. I am going to do the 20. That's the goal. And the thing is, like, let's go for 20. But if something were to happen, they have the half there too. But basically,
do they let you drop down if you need to?
I'm sure they would. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm sure they would.
When are you signing up, man?
I'm
do it.
I'm not gonna do the half. I'm doing the 20. I'm not even gonna say I can drop down. I'm just doing the 20. I'm already at 10 miles. Like training wise, we're already at 10 and we're crushing it. Even though I've missed 2 weeks, I went running again today, and I feel like I didn't really fall behind after getting sick and likely got COVID. Like this was definitely COVID.
It was big.
Everybody talked about like the effects COVID has on them, not the post effects, but the symptoms while having it. I had it. And the biggest one is I lost taste for like 3 days and everything tasted disgusting. And I barely even ate just because I'm like, oh, it's going to taste gross. I don't want to eat that.
Nothing satisfies.
Oh, nothing was satifying when I was
sick. Dude, yeah.
So luckily, I feel like I haven't fallen back behind. Tomorrow or today when you guys are listening, I have a hard workout. We'll really know then if I fell behind or not.
Reassess. Yep.
But yeah, so I'm back. We're doing the 20 miler Eastern States. I'm excited. There's going to be other people we know there, some new friends too. We've met some new cool people.
I wonder if Dave's going to sign up again. He ran it with me last year, so we'll see.
Dave, you should do it, Dave. So we'll be there. I can't wait. That is what's next for me. What's next for you? Nice. It's just a ton of shit. So
man, I got to finish my calendar. I'm like, how many days off am I going to need to take? My boss is going to kill me. Ooh.
Can we talk about some amazing people of the podcast, specifically one?
But of course, yes.
We have a new Patreon, and I'm so excited for the whole thing, the connection, the relationship this is going to be, working with her going forward. I am so excited to have Pam as one of our new patrons.
Oh, I'm so excited too, Pam. You were so wonderful, and you were just one of the nicest people I've ever met. So thank you for supporting us. We honestly can't thank all of our Patreon supporters enough. You guys do more than we can ever ask you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Just keep being awesome. We love you.
So Pam is a lover of the pod, and she became a lover of the pod before ever listening to the podcast. I don't think she listened before we had her on, but she is part of NERC, the Northeast Running Club in Ohio, and we've had on a couple other people, Angela and Patrick. Patrick was the one who made this happen. He went to high school with her. Patrick, we got some dirt on you, man, from high school. We heard all those good stories that are going to be super embarrassing. You guys are going to hear from Pam in a couple of weeks, and her story is amazing, and we just hope to work with her more in the future coming up this April at Boston, and I'm super excited for Boston.
Oh, yeah.
I have some guests on the radar for Boston weeks, not confirmed yet, but I have some on the radar that I am shooting my shot, and I'm going big. And no matter who we get, it's going to be big, but I am going for one that is going to be really big. So that's all I'm going to say, because if I keep talking about that one, I'm going to not get it and be disappointed. But I'm really excited to have Pam as one of our new patrons. And if you guys want to join Pam as one of our patrons, just link in bio on Instagram. Find our Patreon page. Guys, we love you. Thank you so much. The money's going to really help. It helps with production costs, and we help use it for money that goes to people like Justine and Jay and a new person who's running Boston Marathon. Not new, but a friend of the pod, Lindsay. And you can find all their links for their fundraising pages in our show notes, by the way, going forward from now into the Boston Marathon. But yeah, Patreon guys are like 14, 15 people on there. I love you so much. Thank you for helping me with this passion project. But I digress. I can't say that word. I just love doing this. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for supporting us. And something else that's really exciting, Erica, is people are coming to us. People are starting to say,
"Isn't it awesome?
Yeah,
this is the coolest."
They're starting to say, "Hey, we want you to talk to our guy or our person. And we think this person would be a great guest for your podcast." And it's so cool. And the cool thing is, just over the holidays, the Boston Run Show reached out to us. How cool is that? I went a little nutty.
It's awesome.
I let it a little nutty when I shared you the screenshot of them messaging me, right?
It kind of gave me a heart attack for a minute, just the way it made it seem like they almost wanted us to speak. And I was like, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready. Luckily, that wasn't the case.
I was like, whatever they ask, Erica, we're doing. If they want you to go up there and introduce the next guest or talk in front of the stage, you're going to do it.
I love how he throws me in there. You can do it, not me. You.
We're going to do it. But that wasn't what happened. But they put forward a guest they want to have on the pod. And that was really cool, because we talked to him the other week. When I was sick, I made it happen. We made it work. But what's really cool is we've talked about this before. We're going to the Boston Run Show. We mentioned Mary before, where she's going to the Run Show, and she's an ambassador for the Run Show, and she had her code. Yep. Listen, if you haven't signed up for the Run Show yet, you should, because we're going to go. We're definitely going to be there Saturday, and you can get free tickets. Remember, you could use the code MMcManus. Well, now you can also use the code podcast. How cool is that? This is like awesome. Our first ever code for anything the podcast has ever had. How cool is that?
Cool. I love it. It makes me very happy that we can do this.
It was so cool when they said they were doing that, and we're like, what? Really? That's so cool. So we're going to be there in a couple of weeks. You're going to hear from this amazing guest who is a huge part of the Boston Run Show. You guys are going to love it. We're going to wait a couple weeks until we drop the name, let the anticipation.
The suspense will kill you.
You know what's really cool about this person is how passionate they are about the Boston Run Show and just running and putting on shows like this. There's a clue. You guys are going to love this. You're going to love it. A couple of weeks from now, you're going to love it. But next week, we have an even more awesome, epic guest, too. We have Jared coming on, and Jared was awesome. We did a lot of work during our break. It wasn't really a break. You didn't.
I wouldn't call it a break at all. Yeah, you had me working every week.
Yeah, the only break was when I got sick and I just stopped posting on Instagram and everything. I was just lying in bed for days on days.
That's kind of the norm for me. I don't do much posting. I didn't even make myself one of those year-end review reels, I went through all my pictures and picked them, but I didn't do anything with them.
I made the year-end review for you.
You did, and it was amazing. Oh, I'm so happy about that.
That
That was
came
the
out
first
really
thing I
cool.
said. I was like, this is amazing. Well done.
So we talk about this before. I send myself messages back and forth to myself from on the runs to my own personal account to find them. And I was like, I know I did one. So I'll send something and I'll go end of year post or New Year's post, or I'll go like Halloween post, and I try to find it. And then I went back and I found it. I'm like, that's the one. There it is. Do you know how long that took me to do?
You were telling me you made it. It took like an hour, and then it didn't even save.
Right.
So how much longer than that?
Well, a lot of it was taking the screenshots of all our episodes, and I did all this while on the Peloton spinning an easy ride. I had it on mute, and I just spun, right? I'm trying to get to 500 rides for when we do it. I'm cheating a little bit. I feel bad like doing a bunch of short rides, but I mean, I'm really at like 1,000 something, but all my first like 800 rides are under the username Fleer Systems. No longer Eric on the runs until I got my own Peloton. But it's I spent a lot of time, and when I hit post, it didn't post. It like disappeared, and it did save in drafts, but I had to put the phone down. When those things happen, you just have to put the phone down, sometimes even turn it off, and just not just reset your phone, but reset yourself, wait a couple hours, try again.
It's so draining to try to keep up with social media. That's probably why I don't post that much. I just get lazy.
I was really pumped. Maybe next year I'll do like a minute-long reel that you can see everyone, because that went really quickly, like
0.1 seconds per picture. Yeah,
Right,
I was
right.
trying to be like, who's in here?
Oh, everybody was in there. It was every drop of 2023, every OTR Live, the OTR Classics.
Which was so cool.
Everything that dropped. It was like 60 episodes or 60 drops, something like that. So maybe next year I go slow-mo and make you guys like watch the whole thing. They'll probably just swipe to the next one, but
well, I won't. I promise to watch.
It was a lot of fun. You know, maybe what I will do this week is I'll do like a grid of them all, so you can just look at in the normal post like a grid. I'll do that.
Great idea.
I'll do that. Thank you. I keep coming up with these awesome ideas. But speaking of, we are on. We did add a social media platform during break, though.
Yeah, we did.
We are
got
on
our new Strava page.
Well,
Is that what you were gonna say? Wait, was that what you were gonna say or no?
No, we've added 2.
What else?
So you guys know about that, I think. We are on Strava. We have a Strava run group. We have like 60 people on there now. And you guys run so much more than me and Erica.
I'm getting back into it.
Well, you can see who runs the most and everything, and we're always at the bottom and some other people at top. But yeah, check out the Strava run group. But also, we're on Threads now.
Oh, you did?
I did. I was bored.
You keep
I checked
giving
it out.
yourself more homework.
Threads is going to be easy. And it's just a way for me to talk to people. So I made a post like, hey, currently editing a really long podcast, something. If you guys are on Threads or want to get on, that will be a little more chatty. Not like chatty, like I won't be on there all the time, but I'll throw things up there and I don't know. I'm not doing Twitter. It's just going to be Threads. It's just going to be us and running. I'm going to throw it up there, and I don't know. I'll post some weird things like, hey, we're recording tonight. Got anything for us? Or I'll be like, you guys can't wait to hear the guest we just had. Maybe I'll throw in some teasers in there, like, oh, we just talked to Becs, but only 4 of you follow us, so only the 4 of you will know who we just talked to. Stuff like that. I don't know. I think Threads will work actually, because it's kind of integrated into Instagram.
I do see it randomly pop up, but it won't let me like click on it unless I sign up with my account, and I don't want Threads. So I'll trust that you do.
So Erica is not on Threads. She won't see anything I post about her. So if you want some juicy dirt on Erica, I'm going to put it all on Threads because she can't see it.
Oh, boy.
If you want to know what I was really going to call her on the air about not signing up for the 24 hours of ADU, I'm going to put it on Threads. Guaranteed. I'm putting it on after this.
I got to get me a mole, somebody who's going to like rat you out. Screenshots.
Don't do it. If you do it, I'm blocking you.
I'll never tell. It's our secret, our little secret.
You also created this doc sheet. That's great. So I can go on my phone, and when things pop in my mind, I can tell you, I can remember. Because I'm always like, I have so much I want to talk about. I can't remember.
I love how I made it a shared thing, but I haven't used it yet. I am so bad
You
at that.
did use it today because you wrote something. I'm like, where did a running journal come from?
Oh, I think you put did I put that in? Oh, I don't even remember. I thought you did last week. I told you to. Anyways, yeah, that was my New Year's resolution if we're talking running journal.
You're going to write
I
a
don't
journal?
really have. Well, I bought
Like
one
a blog?
so I could.
Are you wait?
No, it's for my own little thing.
This is something I was going to like write on Threads. Like if I create a website for blogging, like I want some people to come in here and contribute. Like it's not just going to be you or me. I'm like, hey, if I create a website and Dave, you want to blog, Tara, you want to blog, and I can get like someone can blog on like the first week of the month, and then you can have someone else the second week, like something to build and start to build a website. And then you and I will blog too, but I want you to post. My goal for you is to post more on the Instagram.
I will work on it. Today is only the first, so this will drop on the second. But yeah, I'm definitely working on it. But this running journal idea was just kind of a way to get my feelings and like, well, not even feelings, but like how I feel during like when I exercise, like how is my training going? What could I do different?
So is it going to be you talking to yourself, or is it just going to be a journal like you're going to write January 2nd, felt like shit today. January 3rd, had a great run. Or are you going to like write to yourself almost like a couple paragraphs?
Nah, well, I don't know what it's gonna evolve into yet. I mean, I bought it with the intentions of just logging like my exercise.
You bought it.
It's a physical journal. I want to handwrite in it.
Like one of these?
No, it's actually like a nice hardcover.
Okay,
yes.
So you're gonna write down. Okay, write everything down.
And I bought glitter pens, you guys. I'm so excited to do this.
Write everything down. I need clear handwriting, and when I create this website with the blog, we will then upload everything that you wrote. Yes.
I don't think it's going to be interesting. It's literally, I wrote down today's and it has my activities. I did 2 bike rides and like a cool down run. Like it's not that, but I was going to do like, what was I supposed to do today for training? How did I feel? What hurts? Like, I don't know. I kind of just want to do that to decompress. That's a thing at the end of the day, you know? So
I get it. Well,
I don't think anybody would truly be interested in that.
Well, we have the group chat with Tara and Lindsay. I was going to they'll learn this here. I was going to say, hey, if I create a website with a blog, would you two be contributors? And I'm thinking like the 2 of them and the 2 of us, and maybe like somebody else randomly, if they're have a big goal, they can blog about it on our website, you know, as they build up.
I'll write that. I'll do that as like a post in the Strava Run Club. I'll do some prompts and see if anybody wants to contribute. So, I mean, we could add that too.
Yeah. Goal for 2024 is have a website. But another one, a goal for last year that we never did, is the Code Brown Commandments.
We're working on it. We're slowly building.
Well, we figured out what we're going to do. Instead of us having like 5, 10 commandments, we're asking our future guest for what they think the commandments should be. So we've done this a few times. We didn't have it with Becs, but we have going forward. We've asked the other guests. So instead of my Instagram question, my question is now add something to our become one of our commandments for the Code Brown Commandments. That is what we're doing. And it's fun because, you know, I use, for example, I say, do something like know what poison ivy looks like. And so they understand the assignment and they figure it out. Yeah.
Yep.
So that's going to be...
That's a pretty cool question. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And you guys, don't worry about missing out on the Instagram pics. I'm still going to find one and just randomly say, what's going on in this picture on occasion? So that's my question for this year is, what would you have to add to our Code Brown Commandments? Love it. Love it.
But we're keeping the song thing alive. We're going to build an epic playlist for you guys.
Yeah.
Once it's officially curated, I have to go back. You still need to work on your songs.
Well, we're going to actually talk about our songs next week on the outro. It's officially going to happen. So next week's guest appearance, guys, is a doozy. You're going to want to buckle up. It's a long one. Jared Ewing is amazing, and it's one of those long guest appearances. So when those happen, we're going to have our outro a couple days later, and that will happen next week. And we will premiere our 12 songs each on that outro.
Perfect.
And I'm talking I'm talking like I'm going to have the music in the background while we're doing it. We're going to get into some podcasting trouble, breaking some copyrights, having the music playing. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I feel like we can get away with playing clips of songs as long as we talk over it and it's only 30 seconds. Because I think they did this with Fake Doctors, Real Friends. So
Okay.
I feel like if we keep it short and we talk through it.
Well, you guys are going to learn our songs next week on Thursday on the outro. You guys are going to love it. It's going to be fun. Erica's songs are going to be lame. Mine's going to be amazing.
I was going to say mine are absolutely not motivational whatsoever, but there's a lot of energy behind them. So
all right,
you guys can enjoy.
Cool. Bring the energy. Hopefully next week, by the way, my Christmas gift will arrive. It still hasn't. Well, part of it hasn't. Part of it has arrived. Remember I said it didn't arrive yet? This is a common occurrence. I get my gifts weeks later. I don't know where she finds these in these websites that have like these got to be like Instagram ads and stuff, right? Where
probably.
hey, buy this.
Comes from China and it takes like 3 months to get it.
It's what it's got to be. So part of my gift came in, and this I was not expecting. And I live in we have a nice house, I guess. Like it's 1,300 square feet. That's not that big. We have 3 kids in here. We are crammed. We have no room for anything. It's like I found this little corner of my bedroom to put a desk. That's like a home computer and also my podcast studio. Ashley got me a steam room.
A steam room?
A steam room.
I see those. So wait, it's one of those kind of like inflatable things, and you go in and or is it like the mat that you lay down in?
You're right. Like an inflatable thing. Cool. You build it up with PVC pipe, and it's like the size of a porta potty. And my thought first was, did you get me a steam room? Because I am opening this up like 2-3 days after Christmas, and she goes, yeah. And I'm like, where are we going to put it?
It's a thought that counts. Awesome.
I tell her one day, I go, I want to get a dustbuster, a little dustbuster vacuum. And she goes, we don't have room for anything like that. And then she gets us a steam room.
Well, at least it's, I guess, collapsible so you can.
She thinks we can put it right here in our bedroom. I'm like, I don't want a steam room in my bedroom. So we thought of a couple places to put it. One is the shed. I actually think the shed would be a great place for it. And I just need to like hook power up to the shed. And then we have another thought where we have this small, like 3-season porch, which actually will go good, but it's small and the floor is not completely level. But I don't care. I'll just kind of like, anyways, it's going to be cool. It's going to be really cool to try out because I do love myself a steam room. I love going in the sauna in a steam room, and this is really cool. Now,
I'm very intrigued as to how you're going to do this. Do you like put a chair inside? And
I'm like, I might get like a bar stool of some sort with like a back on it. I don't know. It's
got to be at least comfortable in there. But like how long? I don't know. You test it out. You let us know because this is really very interesting.
I am very interested, and I'm going to post all about it when this happens. So nice. The spot we have in mind, we need to clear out to then build this. And it will stay up all the time. I'm not going to take it down, put it up, take it down, put it up. The other thing she got me, so she did spill the beans. It hasn't arrived, and it probably will be weeks. I don't know. It's probably coming from Timbuktu. But I actually got really excited for this one.
Okay.
She got an ice bath.
Oh, you're going to get the best of both worlds. You go in that ice bath for a couple of minutes and bam, right in the steam room.
Oh, you're right. I could totally do that.
Bada bing.
Oh, bada bing, bada boom. So I am excited for the ice bath. I don't know like what kind or what brand or anything. Like to me, I would just go to Tractor Supply Company and buy a big beer trough or whatever.
Did we talk about this? Like a big garbage can? Yeah.
Yeah, like get a garbage can.
That's what they do at like in I watched Ted Lasso, and so they like fill up the trash cans with ice and just go from there. But that must be nicer. It's got to be nicer.
So I'm excited for the ice bath, and that can stay outside. Like that's going to be outside. It can stay outside, and it's nice with winter. I can throw snow into it. I have seen like you can buy those icers for it that keep the water cold. Those are like really expensive, outrageous.
You know what you should do?
Not buying one.
What would happen if you did like Epsom salt? Because would it freeze with Epsom salt in there? And like I don't know.
I don't know. Does anyone listening know? Does anyone listening know? Tell me. You know
that would be pretty awesome too if you just have like an cold Epsom salt bath.
Is that
like
the kind of salt that's very buoyant and it makes you float? Like you saw like Peak Recovery.
Yeah.
I mentioned I mentioned Peak Recovery because I won the raffle from Jay's raffle.
Float.
Right. I want to do the float.
Mhm.
I want to do the
Yeah.
float. So I think that's
I
Epsom
think
salt,
it is,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I want to try that.
But it's
So,
good for you. It soothes your muscles and such.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to do it all. I'm all about it. But the ice bath is something I've been wanting to do. I've been talking about it and I want to do it. And you'll learn next week. We talk about this stuff with Jared. And it's not about doing it once. It's about, it only works if you do it consistently. Like that's when you get the benefits of it. Like I got the IV shot again. I've been doing it every month since August and it's working. That IV shot I told you about that you need to do. You need to do it. You're running all these 100-milers.
Ugh. That's when I'll do it, is when I'm doing that.
No, you need to do it now to help get you there.
Oh, boy.
All right. Well,
just make it cheaper. Make it cheaper and I'll do it.
This has been a lot of fun. It's been a great time catching up with you. We wanted to do this last week for the Christmas special. And as you can tell, my voice is coming back. I feel great. I feel much better, but the voice takes a while, as we learned last year. I'm so excited for this year. I'm so excited. We're
big things are coming, man.
Go follow us on all the platforms. Join our Patreon. Go to the Boston Run Show. Let's meet up with people. Let's all take the train in or something on Saturday. If you're going to the Peloton studios in a couple of weeks with us, guys, I can't wait to meet everyone from the Wicked Smart Zone. We're actually going to finally get to meet Josh.
I know. That's going to be the best part.
No. Sorry, Josh. That's not going to be the best part. The best part is going to be doing the bike ride.
Well, he gets to meet Matt Wilper, so that's probably his best
Man,
part.
Rocket.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, I can't wait. We should bring microphones with us. Not that we're going to record in the studio or something, but in the hotel room, we should do like a live reaction with Tara.
Okay.
Yeah, build the content.
Fun.
Build the content. Can't wait. Guys, thank you so much for being part of this journey and being part of this podcast. Erica, thank you so much for being my rock star co-host. I love you. Take us home.
Much love to you too, buddy. We love all of you out there. And as usual, don't forget to stretch.
3, 2, 1, yeah!
Honestly, since like episode 11 when we got Addie's a runner.
Sorry, I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. It looks like an issue with the router and Echo device, so try restarting them. Unplug both of them and plug the router back in. Wait 30 seconds. Once the router is back on, you can
just unplug that.
Shut up, Alexa. Anyways, thank you, Coach. Thank you, Coach.